Very concerned because I think that actually, in fact, given that we're living in a pandemic, people are trying to be safe, they're trying to be good to other people, trying to not create more death and more suffering. Many people are essentially voting by mail. There's some states that are voting by mail for the first time, Pennsylvania, etc. There's there's this question where on November 3rd, with all of the ballots by mail, you won't actually have the normal you called it on the night of November 3rd. And of course, I'm very worried that President Trump will want to just declare victory and say, hey, we don't need those vote by mail or all those kinds of things, which will lead to uncertainty. And I think the thing that we want is we want to say, no, we're a democracy. Every vote counts. Let's just get all of the mail ballots, which, by the way, all experts.
Good morning, everyone. We went a little long on the cooldown.
Safe and integrate, good to do. Let's just
watching a little CNBC because we're here early.
Reed, you have been a supporter of Vice President Biden for president, and you have been a very public detractor of President Trump's. President Trump, even last night, made comments about the possibility of interference in apps in ballots that are sent by mail. And he cited articles, and there are articles about instances of ballots and other things found in garbages.
How's everybody doing this morning?
And what do you think the message should be to the American public about that idea?
Well, it's pretty straightforward, which is, look, did 5 ballots or 10 ballots as part of accidentally like someone dumped a basket of mail or something? And there were press that went through each of those instances. It was like 1 or 2 ballots. And when you're talking about 100 million ballots, 340 million people in the U.S., it doesn't make any difference, right? So it's like, oh, here's 1 ballot that looked like it was fraudulent. That doesn't make any difference at the scale of the national election. And that's, I think, classic kind of
I think I'm going to actually put
semi-binary
confirm and send on here.
The pandemic, and there's going to be a lot less fear and a lot less uncertainty in the future than there is today. And so the answer is sure. I mean, if you looked at this VIX forward curve, how could you not be short premium?
Sure.
You don't want to be long it.
That's true. That's true.
Let's go next slide.
Excuse me.
Is this the second one, Beth? There's something I'm not understanding. I thought that when stocks went higher, puts lose value, and when stocks fall, calls lose value. I have a strangle on in Chewy, and right now the stock is up. The stock is up a little, but both my put and my call have increased in value. That can't be right, can it?
Well, first of all, they're right. I mean, from a textbook standpoint, if stocks fall, then calls are going to lose value, and if stocks go higher, puts are going to lose value, assuming that you're long those or short those, depending on which way the stock is going. But what they're talking about here is volatility upticking. You get the stock moving a small amount. It says a little here, so let's just say a couple of dimes, 20, 30, 40 cents, and neither option loses any value, maybe even increases. That's volatility upticking. Same amount of risk as before, but now the options are priced higher.
Yeah, I mean, this is a classic example of, Chewy was approaching its new highs or its old highs and new highs, whatever. And there was a lot of buying pressure in the stock. And when stocks like Chewy, I'm saying, that are growth stocks, start to go on a little bit of upside run, vol gets pumped into the upside. There's call skew in Chewy, not put skew, meaning the calls are more expensive than the puts because the velocity of risk is to the upside. So when calls go up in value, so do puts. It's just the way options work. When calls go down in value, puts go down in value. When puts go down in value, calls go down in value. But when they bid up calls, and they're also going
to do on a Friday morning,
they're also going to bid up calls. That's the way it works. Now, of course, if you're short puts and the stock goes higher, you're going to make money, but you're just not going to make as much as you would if volatility is contracting. But yeah, this is a classic.
I'm going to probably start the boss battle. New client. All right.
It won't last, but it's expanding.
Congratulations on a new client.
I understand earnings trades should be taken a day before the announcement, But when should I exit?
Let me just send a text to
50%
get
profit
Barrow
or
in here
2
for this
times the
boss
loss,
battle.
or as soon as the market opens?
Should be taken a day before the announcement. I think they mean by taken. I think they mean placed, put on.
Yeah, sure. Placed. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. But when should I exit? I mean, listen. Typically, for an earnings trade, it's a binary event. We're doing them in the most, in the shortest dated options. And in that example, with the shortest dated options, we're typically getting out of them right then and there that morning. Now, if you're sitting at home, not doing a show, battle. Watching the position and trading, and you have it on your screen, you can close it when you want. We prefer to close it, right after the opening. It's a binary event. Most stocks we do earnings trades on, we wouldn't want those type of positions on anyway. So we just did it for that event. We closed them pretty much immediately.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We like to do earnings trades and open them the day before, the day of the announcement, whenever it is. But when you're deciding when to exit an earnings trade, you don't really have the luxury of saying, I'm going to exit a 50% profit or a 2 times loss. Mm-hmm. The thing with earnings trades is because they're binary, you only can close it or take profits at whatever the market gives you. Mm-hmm. Our preference is, if it's strictly an earnings trade, just close it and get out, move on. Sure. Trade's over. Right. I mean, unless you want it on, or unless you want to, roll to the next month, or unless you want to add to it, or put whatever you want to do. But generally speaking, like if you do something like, for example, if you did Slumber.
All right, let's do it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the trade's over on the opening.
Yeah, agreed. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you can hold it. Obviously, if you're short some premium and the stock doesn't move, it'll come in a little bit more over the course next hour, and that's up to you.
I got the Centurion down. Let's go.
Just close it and move on.
Mm-hmm.
No hero stuff.
Yep.
Let's go to the next slide. I sold a put in AMC. AMC is the movie theater chain.
I believe it. I believe so. Yeah, I'll take a look right now.
It is.
And yes, it is. AMC Entertainment. It's under $3.
Mm-hmm. I sold a put in AMC in the November expiration at the $4 strike.
Okay.
Stock has taken a dive. It was down big the last couple of days. I think it went from 4 to 3, a little under 3.
That's
and
correct.
I was reading they may go into bankruptcy. My question is, what will happen if that happens? Should I just close it now for a small loss, or should I sell a call? Now, there's a lot of stocks that are probably not going to survive the pandemic. I don't know if AMC is one of them that will or not. I don't know if anybody knows there is. I don't know if anybody knows the answer to that question. But obviously, if you're selling a put in a $4 stock, and let's say you sold the put for 50 cents, just as an example.
All right, drywall's in.
Risk.
Right.
This is not like where you're selling the put in a $100 stock and worrying about losing $100. This is a put where, you're selling the $4 put for, let's just say 50 cents. And so you're, the total risk if they go completely bankrupt with no value is $3.50.
Right.
It's manageable. So you don't have to worry about, quote, the unlimited risk side. But the stock did take a dive. I would say, the stock goes from 4 to under 3. It's dropped 25-30% in a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody knows for sure if they're going to go into bankruptcy or not.
Of course not. And nobody knows if it could be rescued, and who knows?
Right.
Maybe the assets, who knows?
So first question is, what happens if they go into bankruptcy? And the answer is, well, if they filed for Chapter 11, the chances are that the stock, or whatever, if they filed for bankruptcy, the chances are that the stock would probably go down, not to zero, but to, let's say, somewhere
hopefully
around
Barrow gets in here, Jason T.
Just a guess. And if that's the case, then at least
hopefully
at least
Mimi.
at that point you can decide if you want to blow out the position.
We're on the early side.
Do whatever you want to do.
People get these trades in. All right, I think the corn market's opened up again.
From 3.5 is basically your basis, which is 3.5 to about $1. So it's $2.50 in risk, and then you have to use a judgment. That's probably
that's a judgment call. That's a judgment call too, because most stocks don't go to zero overnight. And
should you close it now for a small loss? Well, all I'll tell you is that if you're selling
the market
in a $4 stock, you
trade didn't get rejected, so I guess the market's on pause.
That, hey,
in corn,
this stock is a $400 stock with almost a 300% implied volatility, which implies that it could go to 0 or 10 in the next year or so. You knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, that's my point. So, would I close it for a small loss? Probably not, but you could. But would I sell a call against it? Yeah, I probably would, because you don't have to put up any more capital, and you can sell the 3 call or the 4 call. I'd probably sell the 3 call and hope the stock rallies a little bit. Who knows?
Make this a little bit quieter.
But I mean, if you're asking me what I would do, I'd probably sell the 3 call, or I'd just hold it.
Yeah, I think it's a hold, or like you said, sell the calls.
Yeah,
more than likely.
But whatever, all of those are reasonable options. Take a small loss, sure. Sell the call, sure. I don't worry about the stock at this point. Going.
It has earnings November 5th too, so.
Yeah, the earnings are going to be
make a decision after that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the earnings, everything's going to be horrible, of course. Mm-hmm. Let's go next slide. Can't sell enough popcorn to make up for what they've lost.
Can't give it away. Yeah.
I know you believe.
I didn't realize that was changing it.
Is inevitable. I know you believe disruption is inevitable. What I want to know is, do you think the government has or should have a role in this? Should the government be able to force companies like Google to spin off their Chrome division or to break up Amazon into different companies?
So let's see if State Street has their earnings out yet.
I don't know enough about the subject, man. I'm just a stupid options trader. I really am. And you're asking a question here that I probably have no business answering, but I don't want anybody in my house. So I would say leave them alone. That's just me.
It is we have rules against monopolies in this country, and for very good reason. But the question becomes, I
don't know why these earnings aren't out yet.
Google has created, or is
it's 9 o'clock Eastern time.
When I have quotations around that Amazon has created, is it truly a monopoly if 20 years ago they basically didn't even exist?
Yeah.
And is it truly a monopoly, or is it just innovation? I mean, this is going to be an argument in the case of Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and just because a company is worth $1 trillion or more, maybe, I don't know if it's, I don't know if
I mean, is Apple a monopoly? I
don't know how it falls under the definition of monopolistic risk. I mean, I think when you think about companies in our lifetime, well, the railroads are really before us, and the only companies I can think of that were broken up because they were monopolies was probably like the telephones and the baby bells and all that kind of stuff. Which,
right, that's the last time I even actually heard it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been.
And then they
rare.
put them back together. And then they put them back together. I mean,
it's been rare in my lifetime that we've seen a lot of monopolistic cases and lawsuits, things like that. I think this is going to be a difficult argument. I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world for Google to spin off, their Chrome division, or for Amazon to break up, their AWS or whatever it is. I don't think it would be.
We are lacking
the craziest idea in the world, and probably
in an army.
It's something that the street would welcome as far as as far as more trading vehicles and things.
We
like
are
that.
lacking in an army. I
think that the one thing about this is, when you ask the question is, I mean, because we don't know the answer, obviously, and this is something that should be debated, and it should not be political. It should be all about the consumer. But I think the government has or should have a role in this. Well, they're the only ones that can. I mean, it's not going to be a private sector decision. So the answer is, yeah, the government has to have a role in regulating monopolies. But I would sure like to hear the discussion on this. And I'm not in any position to make that assessment right now. I don't think so. I think Tasty Trade has a monopoly on actually good financial content, and I would hate
on knuckleheads. We have a monopoly on knuckleheads. I
would hate to see us have to break up Tasty Trade because it's not fair to CNBC.
Hey, you brought it up, so I'm gonna say that you've got some brokerage firms now that are getting awful freaking big. Are they a monopoly? I mean,
I don't want to spoil. It's not a monopoly. It's not a monopoly because it's still such a tiny percentage.
I just realized I completely put this Schlumberger trade on wrong.
What I will say is that I'm doing a piece right now on something that I feel is really important. And I'm not going to give you a hint on what it is, but it's a Sosnoff Says It's a video.
Absolutely
version.
Ridiculous.
And hopefully, I'll have it done this weekend.
Hopefully, you can, so you can pick up the pieces of my lousy.
This is supposed to be a ratio spread, and I bought a call instead of a put.
Maybe you can clean house. Hopefully, you get it done fast enough.
Well, the good part is that
And I might
my
end up
wife said
making
she's
more
never had
money
any
on it
trouble,
because of
like,
that.
a little trouble sleeping.
Oh, she's not having any trouble. I took care of it. Don't worry about it. She's
So-
fine now. She
So
was
I said to her, well,
foliage and anniversary.
I
But
said
don't
to her,
worry,
you
we
know,
got it out of her, Sosnoff. It's fine. She's fine
Instead,
now.
this is
I'm
a Super
giving you
Bowl.
a tape of Tony's last.
I meant to do a
talk. You
ratio
should do
spread,
it.
and I wound up doing a
Uh-huh.
Super
I
Bowl.
slept
Oh,
like a
yeah.
baby.
Don't worry. She's fine now. Hmm She's all taken care of.
Let's go next slide.
Sleeping like a baby.
And the last one. On your podcast with Dylan,
What about
you
State
said
Street?
the total sports betting market is nominal relative to the stock market, with online gambling proliferating through. Don't you think this market will expand exponentially?
It's
And if
hanging out
so,
at
is it
66.
inevitable that trading companies will move into the space?
Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
forgot-
Take us into the close. here.
Unchanged
I
would be
forgot
fine.
that I included this question, but the answer is I did say that the sports betting market is nominal relative to the stock market. In fact, I've said something to the effect that the stock market does more business in the first 5 or 10 minutes of the day in its totality than the online sports gambling does in an entire year, and that includes Vegas, New Jersey, and every other place added together. So we're talking about 5 minutes to 365 days. Now, that said, I do think the online gambling market is going to grow. There's no reason to stop it. And because the technology will continue to improve, and people are starting to, they're starting to love the front end technology for the same reason they love trading and everything else. Do I think the market will expand exponentially? Of course I do. Because I think everybody's going to get into, learning how to take risk and do things like that. But I also think it's inevitable that trading companies, and hopefully some of the regulatory barriers will come down, because I would love for Tasty Works to offer, the ability to see sports markets and the ability to see political markets. It's ridiculous to me that there are no regulated political markets. I mean, there is
good. Alpha's
political
here.
Gambling. It's very small and it's limited, but I would love to
Level
see
28 warrior.
political markets
Should be good.
I'd love to do a pairs trade with the S&Ps and election night, or with the currencies and election night, all that kind of stuff. It's ridiculous to me that it doesn't exist, because the market making capabilities are there. And so will trading companies move into the sports and political space? No question about it. Just like we're in the process of moving into digital assets and everything else. Why shouldn't it all be on one app? I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime, but I hope it does. And yeah, it's absolutely inevitable.
Awesome. Let's take a quick 90-second break. We'll come back with more Tasty Trade. We got an option jive looking at you. Let's Tasty Trade Live.
We will come back to Option Jive momentarily. Drywall, tell me more about this new client. Anything interesting from a company perspective, or is it just another company? Drywall's got his warrior out there. I like the way our tanks are setting up. 162 hit points, 35 hit points, 125 hit points. What does the raging do? Specialized unit does 15% more than melee units. Is this guy melee? Yes, he is. Okay. He does AoE damage. So we're going to need a lot more archers in ranged. I don't know if Barrow's going to get here in time. He's still got enough time. He could still get 4 units if he's here close soon enough. But Art is here. Art. I said we needed an archer. He comes in with an archer. I like it. Dropping in to say hi and lurk since I got class. Hope the stream's well. Thank you very much, Art. Thank you for dropping that unit. We needed some ranged attack, and you came in right on schedule. Thank you so much. Thank you for the uwu. Definitely appreciate the Friday lurk. Got some low-key music on. We'll have Tasty Trade coming back in a bit. The battle is looking a little bit sparse. Battle's looking a little bit sparse, but we'll see how it goes. Gotta move that back. There we go. We have 15 minutes to the opening. And we have 2 earnings trades to follow. Barrow is here. You got 15 minutes. Let me place an epic tank. Thank you. And start. Nice. Barrow is here. He's got to get some units down. He can get 3 units out there. Barrow, we need some ranged. This tank does AoE. This tank does AoE damage. So we need the ranged attacks. And he is shielded by 2 scorpion bodyguards. We don't see those scorpions yet. So he must they must be out here soon. Hopefully Alpha comes through with 3 or 4 units. XD. My brain's not working. That's all right. It's early in the morning. It is early in the morning. We're trying to find out what's going on with the Schlumberger and State Street earnings reports that I have not seen yet. Okay, Schlumberger tops census, but revenue misses. They're kind of hanging out here at 1625. Is that a unit? Jason Barrow with the Epic Musketeer. You work in the oil field? No, I made an earnings trade for Schlumberger. Your dad worked for that company for a long time. Yeah, they do like exploration, right? Oil exploration. The Colts have multiple positive COVID on their team. So let's just say it. We're going to shut down the NFL this season. This isn't going anywhere. They have not successfully held this virus in check in any way, shape, or form. State Street out yet? No. What is going on with State Street? Opening bell in 15 minutes. And all we got is earnings previews.
I'm ready.
Well, I'm so glad. So I'll get your appetizers out right away then.
Ooh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
I kind of think you'd be okay as
I don't know, rules for capital allocation. I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to show that. We will focus on trying to figure out this State Street trade. And I got to tell you, if the earnings don't come out, I don't really mind because the stock is right in between our strikes. So I'd be fine with the market just opening up like this. Schlumberger, I would like a little bit of an up move. Now that I realized the trade I did is not what I thought it was. Trade price, 33 cents. Probably going to be about 25. Imagine football players being able to act responsibly. Well, the other thing is, imagine football players thinking that they would die from this. I'm imagining every single NFL player not treating the disease as that seriously in the first place, because they don't think they're at risk to actually be seriously affected by it. That's my thought. Started that Rome podcast yesterday. Greg is listening to a Rome podcast. Yeah, well, linemen definitely fall into the obese category, but not the old category, right? I mean, these are still guys in their 20s and 30s. But I don't know about, like, you know, pre-existing conditions or whatever. Greg's big into Monster Hunter World again. He always loves to play these random games. Doesn't mean it can't wreck them. Oh, I mean, listen, you don't have to tell me that it can wreck them. I'm trying to reflect what they think, what their thoughts are. Look at Art. Art is ready. He's got the Templar. All right, we're gonna give a few more people some time to get in. I got a few more regular viewers that show up around this time of day, and I want to give them a shot at the loyalty chest. And so we are gonna wait. We're gonna give people some time. I told so I got 60/60 potion. What's that for? You got to use it. The next time you place a unit, when you're on the bottom picking your unit, just before you pick the unit, click the button that says make it epic, and then put the unit on, and it'll use up 45 potions and make your unit epic. You see how some of these guys have epics? See, Marshall just showed up. He's right on time. These units that are bigger are epic, and they do more damage and have more health and stuff. Barrow's following the instructions like a champ. I said we need range. He comes in with the musketeer and the archer. Marshall's dropping emotes. Everybody's going to have at least 2 or 3 units in here. This boss is going down. What do we think the rewards are going to be? Anybody going to get like an epic skin? What do we need now? You already got 2 archers out, huh? I would say you just have the basic units, right? You just have archer, tank, and warrior. Go if you can make an epic, put an epic tank up. Put an epic tank next to Art's Templar. Oh, Sherry, yeah, we played poker last night. It went well, and then it went bad. I'm debating whether or not to put the VOD up on YouTube or not. It was fun. There was good conversation. Marshall was in here. Cynical was in here, and it was a fun tournament for a while. There you go. Good job, Drywall. You got the epic in there. It was a good tournament. See, this guy's got 35 hit points, and your epic guy has 231 hit points. So that's a big difference. It was a decent poker tournament to start. I got up. I played really great the first 20 minutes. I had some good hands. I maximized the value out of them. Change the category to the game thing. I like to keep it on stocks and bonds because a lot of the people that come in pull in from that. It's kind of it's kind of a mix. I get Stream Raiders people, but I also get a lot of stocks and bonds people that like to play it. So it's kind of a split between the two. It's kind of a split between the two, between my audience and the game. Let's see, what do we got here? 6 minutes. We'll let everyone grab another. We'll let everyone grab another unit. See if a couple more regular viewers. Oh, it's on poker. Okay, thank you. Thank you. It should not be on poker. Thank you for changing that, or for pointing that out. That was from last night. Thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate that. I just updated it. Yeah, Marshall, where's the fancy F? We need a fancy F in the chat for that. All right, who's in? Who's that? Sherry's got a unit in. Everybody's going to get a shot at that loyalty skin. Everybody's got a shot. All right, so Drywall's got 5. Easy Boss. Yeah, he looks a lot more scary than he is, huh? Only hits for 10. After this after this battle, we'll speed through. We'll do 10-minute timers for after this. I'm timing Alucard out today if he keeps up the poor placement. Did he get? Oh, you mean from yesterday? He was throwing some random units out there for sure. For sure he was. And let's see, what time is it? 6:23. We're almost at the opening bell. So this will work out well. We'll have the battle, and then we'll go over our stock trades and see what's going on. The market's just kind of hanging out the where it was all morning. Nasdaq's up 80 points. And it's kind of been that way all morning since I woke up a couple hours ago. I don't know if it's going anywhere today. Marshall's got another unit out there. Crude oil is down. We haven't had a position in crude oil in a while. I might do a crude oil trade on the down move. If we look at just selling a naked put here, we can get 62 cents for the 35. Let's put that trade on real quick before the battle. And let's call up that battle. Let's make it bigger on the screen. All right, we still got 3 minutes to go. By the way, as a captain, guys, if you don't know, Art is a very experienced captain. Make sure to level up your barbarian as fast as possible. Yeah, I do. I've got him on cooldown. Hold on one second. I got to sneeze. Oh, God. All right. False alarm. Yeah, the only reason I didn't put my barbarian as the first battle of today was because I wanted a tank for this, but I do level up. And Marshall, you might want to listen to what Art's saying there, because Art is a very experienced Stream Raiders player. He's been playing, I think, for a couple months since the summer. He's one of the people that I was watching to kind of learn from the other day when last week or whatever, when he well, if you're not, you might not be as experienced, but you've in terms of time. But oh, Rob, hurry up, man. Good to see you here. As always, when Rob enters the chat, we go to DraftKings.com and do our daily login to get our daily login bonus. Daily rewards. Boom. Clicked on that. Collecting 5 crowns. And hopefully Rob gets his unit in. He's got 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And I was hoping that Mimi would get here as well. But yeah, I'll definitely be placing my barbarian next battle. As a viewer, you want to level up rogues for treasure troves, and depending on what you want to do in the field. Yeah, so for my viewers, I've been focusing on archer, rogue, and flag, and like flag carrier for assists, healers and monks for assists, and then archers and rogues. But make sure to work on 2 to 3 units at a time instead of everything. Yeah, I definitely have guys that I prioritize. Okay, we got 1 minute and 10 seconds. Hopefully Rob can snag a unit. Rob is in. All right, congratulations to Rob. Alpha got the big flag carrier in the back. That should be big time. When you reach level 20, make sure to read the specs to know which one to choose for captain. It's very different from viewer. Oh, I didn't know that. I don't have anyone. Let's see. My highest level is 5 on my captain. I have higher levels on my viewer now. But my highest level is 5 right now on captain. All right, 30 seconds. Moo D shows up at the end here. 25 seconds. We might have some scalpers that come in and just try and snag the last minute battle, which is fine. We appreciate the contribution. And then so we're gonna watch this battle and we're gonna go right into the yeah, I buy the scrolls. I do buy the scrolls whenever they show up in the store. I'm low on gold right now. I need to battle. All right, here we go. We're destroying them. Destroying them. Did someone play a mage? Always invest in the X3 scrolls since they are the best gold per scroll. I didn't realize there was a difference. I'll have to pay closer attention next time. Okay. I'm giving all the gold to, or as much gold as possible to you guys for being here as viewers. And let's see. Marshall gets the Musketeer. Boss defeated. All right, starting the Forgotten Undercity here. Should we go top or bottom? Top or bottom? I think we're going to go top. Start the battle. Let's get our Barbarian out there. We got the Barbarian down. And let's see what's going on with our trades. We sold our corn put. And what is going on in STT and Schlumberger? We're fucked in Schlumberger. Because I put the fucking trade on wrong. I am so pissed at myself. This would have been such a good winner if I had put it on properly. God damn it. What is going on with State Street? Do we take it off for... Let's see, what's the closing price? 18 cents. Let's put it on for 10. See if that fills. One or more have 10, no bids. How did we screw that up in Schlumber? I mean, we only lost $4. It's no big deal, but I mean, just stupid. It would have been such a fucking winner. I'm so pissed. I am so pissed. Man, god damn it. It's way better at the moment. Go bottom. Oh god, I didn't see that in time. I didn't see that. Excuse me. Where was the blue? Oh, yeah, I can still get to that blue chest. Hold on. I see what you're saying. I picked the top of the first two, but I see the blue chest that you're talking about. So we will travel back down to collect. We will definitely the blue chest over the green chest. What's the green? Which is map 6 and 12. Usually work on as many wins as possible for the viewer to unlock the loyalty system. Right, you need to get like 15 wins and then 50 wins. Yeah, so we will kick these off. The reason you want the blue chest is because thank you for coming in and explaining all this stuff, Art. I appreciate it. The loyalty blue gives possible skins and gold. That is good to know. The green is for tokens. Oh, okay. We have plenty of tokens. We don't need any more tokens. We definitely do not need any more tokens. All right, so while we have about 6 minutes to go, let's look at our positions here on the stocks. DraftKings is up nicely today. Our call spread is going to expire today. And our big lizards both benefit very nicely from the stock being up over $1. What else do we got going on? Australian dollar. We are working a trade to take that off at the 21 days to expiration cycle, and we have 2 strangles in the 49-day, which are just going to hang out there. There's a lot. Unlock Centurion and Monk. All right. Drywall, you should probably drop the Monk in the back and the Centurion in the front. Centurion's a tank, Monk's a support guy. But now you have some more to choose from. So that's good. The Euro trade is looking good. EWY is looking good. State Street looking like a super home run right now. Just need that to hang out. But I don't understand. I never saw their earnings report, which is bizarre. Just says earnings preview. All right, whatever. Whatever. Everything else. All right, let's actually hop into the IRA account, which is making good money today. This is okay, so we got our covered call. It's doing good today. Our other IRA account is just kind of chilling. Nothing that needs to be adjusted in this account. Everything's 35 DTE, except for our 7-day ratio spread. Nothing to mess with there. Rob getting units out there. Rob, how is the world of England today? You're on vacation today for the weekend, right? Got the long weekend. GameStop looking good. First Solar. What's going on with Fastly? Any recovery there? Nope. Fastly's still down in the penalty box, as I said. Got a dividend play in diamonds. We're safe. You've had internet issues. Oh, that's no good. That is no good. Marshall, what did you think of that poker tournament last night? Now that we've been able to sleep on it. That was not my best showing altogether. it was not my best showing. But I think a lot, sometimes you just want to have fun when you haven't played in a while. Unfortunately, I think that was the case there. It was IRL money. I have some friends that I used to play with in person, and because of Corona, they've started setting up home game tournaments on PokerStars. So we handle all the money through Venmo offline, and we just use PokerStars fake chips to play the tournament, and then the banker sends out the Venmo money at the end of the game. So we had 15 people in the tournament last night. So it starts it as 2 tables and then runs for a while. It's nice. We had been over the summer and spring, we had been doing it twice a week, and then it was $30, $30 buy-in. So pretty good amount of money. I finished like 12th or 11th or something. I was chip leader for a while after the first 20 minutes. And then I lost a hand to a guy and I let it bother me too much. And then I tried to get it back from him. I focused too much on getting the chips back from one particular player. And it cost me some decisions. So, but I am still up from that group. I won a tournament, one of the first tournaments I played with since we started doing it. So I'm still quite a bit up in my winnings. I've not played poker for years, but I did as good as I would have. I'd love to play with you guys sometimes if you do a free just fun tournament, because I'm a pleb. Oh, you're in med school. I didn't know that. I did not know that you were in med school. That's cool. Let's take a look. I got so many windows open right now. Let's look. 3rd year, so you're almost done. You're gonna with the school part moving into like residency, right? Is that how med school works? All right, here we go. Oh man, Alpha is getting just plugged. Poor placement of the unit here. Good thing it's so high level, it doesn't even matter. Whose Centurion is this? Drywall, look at your Centurion. He's doing great. He's just tanking all these hits. All right, time for some rewards. Good job, everybody. Okay. Now I got to remember to keep picking the downward path. Let's see. I will put down my... Oh, let's have fun. I'll just put down my flag bearer. You guys put all the guys around him. Probably should have put the archer down, but whatever. Everybody else was on cooldown. All right, keep it on the screen. All right, back to trading again. So State Street hasn't come off. Schlumberger did. I'm gonna have to scratch that out of the spreadsheet. I can't believe I screwed that up so much. Literally perfect placement on my strikes. God damn it. That's gonna bother me all day long. All day long, that's gonna bother me. Even though I should just be happy we're making money today. Going over to toss for a second. We put on another corn put. So let's move that over to commodities. By the way, in doing some offline battles, if you want to train your viewer account while also doing captain. Yeah, let me do that. I'll throw some guys on your screen. You can. I didn't know you could place guys in your own. It allows you to be on at the same time and put guys in your own battle. I did not know. I didn't. I assumed that you couldn't do that. Oh, this is familiar. Look at this. You can if you have another. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Speaking of the devil, let's go to the scrolls. My archer, barbarians. Oh no, I'm low on money. Rogues, archers, Zerker. Yeah, I'm gonna need to start. I'm gonna need to start getting into some battles here to get some gold. Get these two people out. Art's online. Who else is online? Holes is online. Holes is online. Anybody else in the favorites list? Nope. Beautiful. 4 minutes to go. All right, back to trading. We got our corn put that we got on as an adjustment. Corn is currently sitting at 405. And we do have an open order working to close it. Let me see the store real quick. Sure. The viewer store or the captain store? Captain store. Got it. All right. Here's scrolls. So I've already bought my barbarian and paladin because those are the only ones that I use on my captain. See how the difference per scroll is around 12 gold per scroll. So 5 divided by 72 compared to 3 versus 56. Is that what you're saying? You want to get this 3 schools on the brown square. So like the rogue down here is 3 for 36. That's 12. Oh, okay. So like rogue versus warrior, you can see 3 is 12 per gold, but 4 is much more than that because it's 54. If it were 12, it would be 48. Okay. And this one for 5 is 72. So the more you get per purchase, the higher premium you have to pay per scroll. So it works the opposite. It works the opposite of bulk discount. It's bulk premium. I see what you're saying. What I've usually done is I've just bought, because I haven't run out of money, I've just bought the classes that I'm interested in. So the best scrolls to buy unless you're working on a specific unit. Yeah. So I've just prioritized like barbarian, paladin, the ones that I'm trying to use the most. Centurion. Basically, Centurion for PvE, good tank. Barbarian for PvP. I haven't done a lot of PvP, but I heard both during the last PvP event. I heard both you and Holes talking about how Barbarian was really good. So I've been trying to get him up. And then Archer as well. These are like the three that I've been focusing on. Archer, Barbarian, and Centurion. I would say are the three that I'm focusing on. You want to work on Warrior and Barbarian. Where's my Warrior? Down here at level 1. Was he in the store? Yeah, he was, but he was a 5, so I don't want to buy that. And this is a 4. All right, so I'll start placing Warrior then. And tank if you got viewers with a strong melee line. Yeah, I'll see how the PvP goes the next time that event comes around. When I started, it was during that PvP event, so I didn't realize that PvP was only events. I just assumed that PvP was something you could do all the time. I didn't realize that it was a limited time thing. Once you reach 20, you go Vengeful Warrior because it does a lot of damage. When it dies, it's a free bomb, sort of like a buster. Oh, okay. That is good to know. All right, let's see if Marshall and Jason get 2 units on, and then we'll start it up early again. Go back to Tastyworks here. Not a ton of trades to do this morning. State Street has not come off yet. Might take an hour or so for that premium to decay. Mostly because of this 65 put. This is where all the premium is right now. I just realized too, we skewed this to the long side and we're still making money because of how much volume contraction we had. All right, is that everybody? No. Oh, Sherry got in and everybody else got 2, so let's go ahead and start early. Flying Rogue. Is that Marshall with the Flying Rogue? Wow. Whenever I go live again, if you end up dropping by, let me know. I'll explain a few things. I'll explain a few things, draw it on the map so you can understand. Also on your map, make sure to look at the bottom left. Yes, I have used the plan before. I have used that before. Drywall gets the coins. Down we go. And let's see. You said we should start placing the warrior. Put him there. Good to go on that, guys. Go ahead and get those units out. All right, Drawall, thanks for coming in and enjoy the free money from your client call. Everybody loves free money. Drywall is no exception. Oh, man, come on. Why are you dropping so much, State Street? Just chill out. I wonder, actually, can I roll this down? Can I roll down just the call? Collect 2 cents. It's funny. All right, let's go back to that. All right, let's just set this at 15 and hopefully close that out. Be done. Be done soon enough. What is going on with the main market? Just kind of sitting here. Let's look at this chart. NASDAQ dropping a bit, actually. Not really. I don't know. Let's zoom in, guys. NASDAQ kind of giving it up here. The thing is, this is only a 40-point range. This looks like a big drop, but this is only... It's only a 20, 30-point range, so it's not that big of a drop, even though on the chart it looks like it is. Well, and volatility's really come in as well. That's why we're making so much money today. So, what's going on with Wells Fargo? All of our calls are going to expire. Worthless. What is this one at? We don't want to take any chances with that. We'll gladly pay the 4 pennies to not have to go into the close. DraftKings is up today, Rob. Thank you for asking. It was up more. But our position is making money today. So we have this call spread that expires today. So normally I talk about how I want to take my trades off with about 21 days to expiration. But in this case, I'm going to let these completely expire because DraftKings is down here at $45.87. And these calls are going to expire worthless. So I'm instead of making my target amount of profit, I'm making the maximum amount of profit. So we're just going to let those completely expire. And so those will disappear off our portfolio at the end of the day without having to actually close the trade. What I would like to see is it back at $50, not $45, because then this trade starts to make money. And then I would love to see it at 60 because then this trade starts to make money. Exactly. As long as the stock is below $52, they expire worthless. And if they were to go above 52, I would lose whatever the difference was. So if it went up to like 52.05, I would lose the 5 cents. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. And normally I don't like to let things come down to such close down to the wire, because then you start to get nervous about things. Like theoretically there could be a big announcement, right? And then it jumps up to 53 and there's no time left for me to react. So what do we got? We got a lot of sound effects there. Everybody's got a unit down. These squids look oh, these are all level 1s, huh? What level is Arts, guys? Level 4, Captain Tank. Level 2. Oh, that's what the sound effects are. They're for my viewer account. Put my Archer down. My viewer account is pretty new. Just started it. Yeah. It's all a grind, right? It's all a matter of just like literally placing your units every 5 minutes on 3 different screens. Not really too many tricks to it from the viewer perspective. Collect your chests, build up your loyalty. All right. Anything else? Let's look at our losers today to see if there's anything that needs adjusting. Qualcomm. We haven't talked to Qualcomm in a while. It is at 129. We have not made any adjustments, but we will today. We are going to adjust our Qualcomm position. We're going to roll up our puts. I'm thinking 115, 120s. We'll collect another 96 cents. Replace. Look, let's look at our losers. Yeah. Only as much of a grind as you make it. That's true. You know, oh no. Oh no. The Jason rivalry. The Jason rivalry is too much right now. He's not even here. Taking shots at him. Come on, man. Let's get filled here. We want this trade on. These are wide markets in Qualcomm. All right, filled at 89. We shall take it. Yeah, Marshall doesn't take it too seriously. He has to balance whether or not to show Stream Raiders on the screen or poker one at a time. He can't. He can't show both of them at the same time. That was quite a conflict yesterday in the stream. People kept saying they wanted to see what was going on with the Stream Raiders battle. He was showing the poker game. Then he was talking about the poker game and the hand he was in when he had Stream Raiders up on the screen and we couldn't see what he was talking about. Chewy. Chewy's going to get rolled up. Chewy finally gets its wings underneath it. Strikes up. That was too far. We want to cancel that. We want to go. It's not going to let us. God damn it. Well, let's just roll. Let's go wider then. We'll just roll the put. We'll just roll the short side. See if we'll take on a little more risk. Definitely a lose on my end. You got someone else? Yeah, so I've gotten... so someone named Jason T got me into it. I've gotten Marshall into it. And all of my viewers here are into it from a viewer perspective. I think Marshall is the only other captain, though, that's here right now. If I'm correct about that. Okay, so we got a battle going there. And almost everybody's got 2 units down. When Barrow gets a second unit, we will start it up. Okay, Chewy's working. What else do we got here? Q's are not happy. Actually, this is a pretty good position, relatively speaking. GameStop's fine. So P. It's fine. Amazon just keeps going up. Incredible. All right, Barrow, where's your second unit? We're waiting on you. Is that it? No. That was over here. Open a chest. Nope. Do not want that. Okay, we rolled our Chewy. Epic Paladin. Placing a unit. Okay. Barrow's got the unit. Start early. Here we go. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, these squids. These squids hit hard, huh? Shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. We're getting owned. We got to get there. This is an L. We need a strategy for these squids. All right. Start new. We need a strategy for those squids. Yeah, we need to put tanks on those squids big time. All right, well. I'm up to 32 wins with Art. Just got the loyalty chest. All right. All right. We took an L. That's all right. No big deal. No big deal. Let's shrink it down. Get back to the trades. You got 2 monks, by the way? Who's got 2? Oh, nice. Thank you from the reward. Thank you for that. I am so low on money down here. Speaking of monks. Get that there. Jason Barrow, we just need a few more subscribers and then we'll have the new emote. Fastly, XBI, Chewy, Pins. What's going on in Pins? Pins with a big up day. That's all. Roll that up to the 40s. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? 38, 33. Collect 38 more cents. Positions. See, Rob, if you're still here, this is the same situation as my DraftKings calls. Wells Fargo, I've got 23 calls. It's at 2282. So this is a lot closer than the DraftKings situation. I could let this one ride all the way till the end of the close today, which is 6 more hours from now. But the amount of money that's left to make is 7 cents. So I like to usually close things out at a nickel is like the minimum because there's no commissions on closing trades. So just for the peace of mind of closing out. So right now it's at 7. I'm trying to close it at 4. Just for the peace of mind normally, I'm willing to kind of close it out. Just in case there isn't some crazy announcement and Wells Fargo goes up 20 cents, right? Like then I'm going to wind up losing. So this is just one of those things like, do you like to tolerate the risk for a small reward, right? Like I'm literally sitting here over $3. I could close it out at 7, but then someone else could make the argument like, why are you going to pay 7 for something that's going to be worth 0 in 6 hours? So I like to strike that middle ground. Like I said, I usually close at 5. And like even like if it wasn't downed, so you've put the sell call in already. Yeah, I have. This is what this little yellow box that says working. That means it's an order that I've already put in, and then you can see the prices here. It says natural is 7 cents, and my limit is 4 cents. So that's how far I know That's how I know how far away the order is or how close the order is from going through. You got a degree in marketing, or how do you know about stock? No, I've been so I've just been trading the stock market for a very long time. My grandmother got me started into it when I was a kid. You know, just always like telling me to be responsible with my money, and she would, tell me that I should always put my money in investments instead of like fancy food and whatever. And so I just started following it as a kid, and then when I got to college and got a little bit of money, I started buying my own stuff, and then I've just followed it my whole life. Learned a lot of stuff along the way. Made some mistakes, made some good investments, but there's a lot of stuff that you have to learn for yourself. Like, you almost have to lose money certain ways. Otherwise, you don't have a real understanding and appreciation of something if it hasn't actually happened to you. If it's only like a theoretical. Where is the fancy F emote? Should we go? Should I go on Fiverr right now and commission an artist to make a fancy F emote? And what should it say? Like, I'm picturing like a fancy F. It's going to be like a fancy F, and then above it, it's going to say fancy. You have a good artist that makes your emotes. Is he on Fiverr, or is he on somewhere else? Yeah, if you've got a link to him, you could definitely send me a Discord message. Or she, I should say. Yeah, whenever you find it, just send me a Discord message. That's fine. Just send me a DM on there. So Rob, like you can see, it's gone down a few more cents, and so the natural on this order moved from 7. It moved from 7 to 6, and now it moved to 5. Like, as we were just sitting here, because I have two things working for me. One is time is expiring. So with every hour that passes, the calculation for what this option is worth keeps updating. As soon as it hits 4, it should, excuse me, it should close. If it hits 4, that means someone's willing to pay it. And then the system just needs to execute it. It needs to find match me up with someone. But it should. So I have time going for me every hour. And I mean, really every minute. It's not like every hour, like but as time passes and there's that little amount of time left, you can see this ticking down 1 penny at a time. And this is kind of a really good example for educational purposes. Like, it's not a great investment here. We're just talking about pennies and individual pennies and dollars. So it's not like big bucks, but like it shows you the theory happening in real time. And then the other thing is the price. So if this price goes down further, so right now it's down 18. If this were to go down like 20, that's 2 more cents away. And that should make this go from 5 to 4. So now it's 15, 16. This might go back up to 6, like depending on. So you've got price and time that are moving, both pulling the strings. Jay, welcome back. Thank you for coming and checking out the poker stream last night and following it up this morning with some stock trading. Good to see you this morning, Jay. Jay was here when I tried to play the Call of Duty beta last night, and it did not go well. How is our... We got to place a couple units. Got to place a couple units, and then we're going to look at our battle. Okay. There it was. So it just happened, right? So now you'll see the order's gone. Rob, it just went through for 4 cents, and now we're done. And so I have the same thing with $25, but that one I'm not even going to worry about. I got class, so I'll be back lurking in the meanwhile. Art, thank you so much for coming through, helping explain things to people. If people need another captain to drop their games in, guys, check out Art. He is very helpful and is almost always on if you need a... Whatever happened to the Kellogg's position? It never filled, Jason Barrow. We tried to put on the Kellogg's trade and it did not go through. So we're out of luck on the Kellogg's. So that's what's going on there. So let's see what we got the most extrinsic value in. DraftKings. Oh, DocuSign. We made an adjustment there. Oh, actually, let's put in an order. We always like to put in closing orders in oil. In case it rips up, we want to take our profits. DocuSign on a down day might be a good time to roll up our puts on a down day. It's called rolling up into strength. Holy cow, this is not the right strikes. Why is it like that? Oh, these are $10 wide. That's the problem. Maybe we just leave it. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of a light. Oh, did State Street close? Is that still sitting out there? Still sitting out there. Nope. Oh, gosh darn it. State Street has breached 65. So that has gotten worse over time rather than better. So let's roll this one down all the way to 65. We gotta take the closing trade off. Okay. Okay. So we've rolled that down. And we want to close this. What's our total at State Street? We have collected 95 plus 48. We have collected 143. And what can we close for? Let's just try and make 8 more bucks on that and just be happy with it. It's pretty much pegged right at 65. Of course, now that I rolled it down, it came back up above 65. So we'll let that hang out. We're in a great place right there. We will let that hang out. Can I search for a server on Discord? What kind of server are you looking for? How are we doing in our battle here? Oh, this one was easy. Let's start this one out. All right, easy win. Marshall and Art with the money. All right, so now let's play this one a little bit better. We need to get tanks. We need tanks by those guns. Okay, Aussie dollar closed out. That's good. We get some tanks up here, please. We get some tanks over here, please. All right. What was I saying? Oh, look at this huge rally, 65.44. Of course. Of course. We checked in at the wrong time. We should have just ignored it. Okay, so the Aussie dollar closed. Now we have just the 49-day. We got the 49-day. We still have the Canadian dollar that needs to close. So we're waiting on that. Euro's looking amazing today. Gonna be a little more aggressive taking that off now that I realize it's a Friday. We don't want crazy oil news to bankrupt us over the weekend. What else is going on here? Sort by profit by open. Oh, Peloton had a recall that they announced today. Peloton, anything else? Did our Chewy adjustment go through? Yes. Put that order in. All right, guys, it is 7:20. I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee. Let's put the message up on the screen. Coffee message, and going to run the ads so that they don't run when I get back. The Nerd Network. I can send you the link to the Nerd Network. I don't know about searching, but boom. In fact, I just sent it to you. I was going to copy and paste it into the chat. paste it into the chat, and it was easier to click one button to invite you than it was to just invite you. Rob, was it you that suggested making videos of when trades go wrong, or was it Jason T? Because I really want to make a video of this Schlumberger trade that I screwed up yesterday, because I think it's a really great example of it was you. I'm gonna spend the weekend making that video, the first in a series, because I definitely because I have the VOD from yesterday when I put the trade on, and I have my morning reaction to realizing what went wrong. And I can do some voiceover work and explanation as well. So that's my, I now have a weekend project. That is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a video about that trade because I think people will benefit from it. I think people will, hopefully they can learn from my mistakes. Let me put it that way. Man, cannot shake this allergy cough. Just cannot shake it. Do you have any you doing anything fun for the long weekend? I know it's hard to do much fun things these days, but I figured I would ask. I don't think you told me. Yeah, just nothing. You gonna game at all? You gonna play anything? I am. Was it? Were you looking forward to Cyberpunk? Somebody in the channel was looking forward to Cyberpunk coming out. I don't really have anything I'm looking forward to until Demon Souls. Well, I'll be watching my local village team. What's the what are the rules around attendance? Do you have to stay distanced, or how does that work? And how big is their stadium? Do they have a little stadium, or do they have is it like an open field? Maxed at 150 people. Because I'm always, we've talked about this before, like how much I like the system of getting relegated and promoted, and how much I think that like adds to competition. And I just think it's really fun as well. But I've always wondered, like the infrastructure of those little teams, like they need to have, they need to develop resources to get players and everything. So like you need to have some sort of field or stadium. How much less or fewer people is 150 from like the maximum capacity? Normally 250 to 300. Okay, so about half. Oh no, god damn it, Rob, look what happened. DraftKings is now down. DraftKings is now, oh my god, look at this chart. Look at this diagonal. Market opens, it goes up. This must have been exactly when you were like, hey, how's DraftKings doing? It was up at 46, and now it has dropped straight down from 46.50 to almost 44.50, and then bounced back up. I have got to figure out better like long-term strategy for DraftKings here. This is the past 6 months. Back to week. No, or day. This is the past 6 months of DraftKings. We are really approaching this line of where they had been prior to like the NFL season starting. I don't want to like completely blow up my positions and restart, but I think it's reasonable to like put some sort of trade on that like assumes it could go back down to 40 to 35. But if I look at the positions I've got on now, like they're already, I don't want to say they're complicated, but they're all long. I think that's my problem. Everything I have in DraftKings is long, except for these short-term stuff. And so maybe that's what I need to balance myself out. I mean, they've got really great volatility, so I want to just remain. I want to put on more positions here because it's worth it. Can we just do a call vertical? I mean, this is a hedge, right? I mean, it's not a great trade, but like we need to add short deltas. We need to add short deltas. Do you know what I mean by short deltas, Rob, when I say that? Not a clue. Okay. In the world of options, there's a lot of Greek letters that are referred to. And they are statistics about options. So you'll hear things like delta, theta, etc. Whenever people are talking about options. Delta basically just means how much money you would make if a stock goes up or down $1, right? So DraftKings is at, let's just say it's at 44. That exactly. It's at, forget about the pennies for now. Let's just say it's at 44. If DraftKings were to go from 44 to 45, how much money would an option make? That's what delta measures. And so it's referred to in whole numbers, but it's actually a fraction, which is, I guess, is confusing. But here, let me explain it with an example. 50 deltas means if a stock moved $1, went up $1, you would make $50. But again, like it's in per 100s and everything. So 50 is considered neutral. Like an option that is, let me show you in the table here, kind of walk us through this. We'll do it on calls because the chat's not on it. You see this column here is delta. We're explaining deltas to Rob Drywall. Calm down. So this is where the stock is. So you can see that 50 deltas is right around this line in between 60 and 34, right? So if the stock were to go up and you had a $44 call, You don't know what you're talking about? Oh, okay. Whoever you are. So delta is how much you would make without, or if the stock move. So however much the stock would go up, you would make that much money if it goes up $1. So when I say I need short deltas, that just means I want something to go down. And if I need long deltas, I need it to go up. So back to my positions on DraftKings, right? Like, so right now my deltas are short. You can see it right here. It's below the chat. I have 33 short deltas in DraftKings. So I want to get neutral. This doesn't, these are beta weighted though, huh? I want to take the beta weight off for a second. How do I turn off beta weighted? Beta weighted net delta. Where's delta without the beta weight? Delta per quantity. Hey, what's going on? An update? You getting Rocket League? Okay. 1 hour? No, I would potentially want it to be 0. When I said that 50 was neutral, that means I know that's confusing. Neutral from a portfolio position is 0. 50 is the at the money kind of point. If you're above 50, that means your option is in the money, and we like to be out of the money. So 50 is kind of, we like to be anywhere between 0 and 50 on individual legs. So yeah, let's see here. Where's I just added it. Delta per, why didn't it show up? Oh, here it is. Delta per quantity. So this is 1. This doesn't make sense either. Drywall, what is the right delta that I'm trying to add here? I don't want delta per quantity. Is there net delta somewhere? Oh, wait, no, it's here. Net delta. Why aren't it? Theta delta. Here it is. I'm sorry. 120. Oh, I forgot you're looking at. I'm sorry, Rob. I was looking at the wrong column. I am 120 long deltas in DraftKings right now. I would want, when you're doing an adjustment, generally you want to cut it in half. So I need to come up with 60 short deltas. So what 120 means is for every dollar DraftKings goes up right now, I would make $120. Since it's down 55 cents, I'm losing roughly half of that. I'm losing 57. So that's how it all checks out. Now that I'm looking at the right columns, this is going to be easier to explain. All right, so this call spread, let's look what happens. I'm short 120, or I'm sorry, I'm long 120. If I can get filled in this call spread, let's see. All right, now what did it change to? It went from 120 to 109. So the expression that people would use is I'm now flatter. 0 delta would be considered flat. You don't want the stock to go anywhere. So going from 120 to 109, that's not a very big adjustment. I'm still very long. So I'm going to have to look into how can I make more adjustments to get closer to flat. So let me Let me see what I can do next. Drywall and Rob, congratulations on your coins. And we are going down here. This is going to be... All right, so the squids are tough. Let's see if we can beat the squids this time. I'm putting my tank out here. And I'm going to... Let's put a block on the whole top. We want tanks in the front line. Maybe, yeah, we need a lot of tanks. We want melees, assassins, melees, lots of ranged, and then supports. And then block this area off too. All right, that's the plan. Let's go. I got a boost. Tell me if you want. Put a big tank next to mine. We're gonna go to the left to these squids. We need a big tank. They do a ton of damage. Tank in there. Man, we're really having a day. Everybody's in chat today. I will 2-minute cooldown. I will come back to that. Okay. All right. So Rob, let's go back to our DraftKings position that we need to further adjust. We could see, it's hard because we have so much already in place here. Let's look at the analysis. Here's our DraftKings profile. We're everything to the upside, we start making money. As soon, I mean, the flag is here. I mean, we could do a ratio spread down here at 35, something like that. Let's see what that would look like, right? If we could do a trade. Take the analysis thing off. Something like this. Maybe something like a 3-2, maybe. Something like that. So this is a ratio spread here. This is short 8 deltas. Oh, we'd have to pay $1.86 for this though. We don't want to. That's too much. See, unfortunately, they have $5 wide strikes. If we go to the table view, what are they? Yeah, see, there's no Can I show weeklies? I could probably do something in the weeklies. Let's go back to 2 to 1. There. Something like this makes money if the stock goes down to 35. See, that doesn't have it either. This one gets a 10-cent credit. 14 days to go. And some downside protection of $2.50. So, but this is a tricky one because technically it's long delta, but you make money if it goes down. Man. Unfortunately, my DraftKings position is just such a mess right now that it's the more complicated you get, the harder it is to make adjustments to it. All right, got some more units popping in. Thank you very much for that. I mean, oh wow, oil just rallied. Look at that. So we made $80 on that. That was a quick trade. I was gonna hold it for more, but considering that I didn't want to hold a crude oil position over the weekend. That's a nice little gift. Cup of coffee for drywall there. Screw squids. Sherry, the squids are what killed us last time. I appreciate you agreeing with us there. And drywall, if you wanted to know what happened, look, this is looking much better. The Hell Beast or the War Beast and Alpha Centurion are going to be much better here. Sherry, I appreciate you using the epic there. The epic legendary, I should say. Because the squids destroyed us last battle. Actually, let's make this big. Let's talk a little Stream Raiders for a while. And then we'll come back to that DraftKings position. These squids shoot out stuff that does a ton of damage. And so what I'm hoping for in this battle is we go to the left. Kind of need some tanks down here to we just need to kill these guys real quick down here. We need to just kill those sea urchins real fast. Those sea urchins need to die real fast so that nobody walks towards them. These squids need to die really fast because they do a ton of damage. And then from there, we're going to have to figure out which way we walk. But I want to make sure everybody walks to the left. I don't want to get split up. I want the squids to die as quickly as possible. Jason Barrow, if you've got any rogues, you can put them as close to those squids as possible so that they run right up and kill them. I don't know. What are these terror worms? Jeez, they do a lot of damage as well. I got to be honest, I'm just scared of this battle again. I am just scared of this battle again, for sure. But I am glad that Sherry put down the War Beast. We also started the battle early on this one. I didn't realize the squids were such a problem. um, yeah. So there's that situation here. So let's make sure we get all these units in here. Let's get back to now that we got the battle all set up here. Let's get back to our DraftKings position. Our Pinterest roll went through. We adjusted our Pinterest position. We will put that closing order back in for the whole position. Okay. What's up with State Street? Oh my God. Of course. Jesus Christ. Look at this trade. It's turned into a complete loser now. God damn it. This is why you take it off on the open. All week I said it looks like not taking off trades on the open would be a better trade. And of course, I rolled down the call. And had I not rolled down the call, this trade would be done. The $70 loser on the call. That's the whole loser right now. Let's look at the chart. This is how not to play an earnings play. Looking at today by the minute. See this huge drop right here? This is when we sold the call. We rolled it down. And then it came back up. So if we can just get it to come back down again. Been a real roller coaster today. I don't know what's going on in the world of news today. Any announcements or anything? Retail sales post a big gain. Is that 70 times 100? Where 70? Where? Is what 70 times 100? Which thing that I was talking about? Oh, pizza. Excuse me. My God, coughed right into the microphone that time. The loss. No, 70. It would be 70 cents and then 70 cents times 100. All I had to do was nothing. The problem is all I had to do was nothing, and I wound up making an adjustment. Eating breakfast before I sleep for the day. Sleep schedule's all messed up. Yeah, when I popped into your stream this morning, I was still in bed and had kind of just woken up, and I wasn't sure if I was going to wake up for the day or if I was going to go back to sleep. So I just put my headphones on and listened to your what was that? Ty the Tasmanian Devil? I had never seen that game before. And I was actually kind of impressed with the graphics. Like the graphics really held up really well in the for those polygons. The game looked pretty fun the way you were playing it with the trying to collect your thunder eggs. All right, we're getting units. We are getting units. Thank you for the Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. It's an amazing game. So happy to be here and do stonks and stream raiders. Well, I do. I'm glad that you were streaming. I know that you had taken a little break. Um, and I hope that you can get your sleep schedule back in order. I hope that you can get your sleep schedule back in order because that is very important. All right, it is going back down. Why is State Street? I mean, why am I even in this stupid stock? This is me trying to. My Buster will probably just die to AOE, but I had to try. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Do Busters just go in and do kamikaze explosions? Is that how Busters work? That's what it looks like they do, but I haven't actually like seen it in action. So right now, our total State Street credit. So we are actually, well, we're basically break even because we've collected 143 and it's 135. My goodness, I'm just gonna put this at $1. I'm gonna really chicken out at this point. We could have taken it off for so much more this morning. Yeah, they do a kamikaze explosion. Okay. So pizza, just so you know, this is the second time that we are attempting this map. We were soundly defeated earlier today by these squids. They shoot out ink blobs, and we got destroyed by the ink blobs. Which is why this time I've put the specific markings on the map so that we can hopefully have like a organized approach here. So I'm hoping that if everybody walks to the left, that we can destroy these 3 squids and then sort of see where it goes from there. Last time we couldn't even destroy these 3 squids. So I want to hopefully be at least a little bit more organized and get these squids taken out. And hopefully if we can take out these 3 that are all together, then the other ones won't be so difficult. That's the hope for right now. But we shall see. Okay, it's back down below 65, 66 again. Come on, let's get back down to that 65. I really did sell on the low here. This is why I made the adjustment. Oh, you can't see it. Let me get Stream Raiders back down. Sometimes you just get the timing wrong. You can see this. This is the lowest point of the day, and this is when I made the adjustment. All I had to do was not do that and just leave the original position on. And when it came back up to here, our original closing price would have closed, and we would have been happy little clams. Happy little clams we would have been. But it was not to be. Australian dollar doing well. British pound is okay today. Any Brexit news, Rob? Thought I saw something about Boris Johnson talking about a no-deal Brexit, which I don't know exactly what a no-deal Brexit means. What is a no-deal Brexit? Have no fear, Cherry Pizza is here. Okay, how are our units looking? No deal basically breaks away from the EU, and then any trade deals will need to be redone. So the difference meaning that they were trying to redo all of those trade deals ahead of time, right? So if the deals aren't done ahead of time, that would mean that once they break away, there would be a period of time where you couldn't have trade because you don't have a deal. Am I understanding that correctly? That's what I thought the explanation was, but I do not know. They want to break away from the EU but keep some of the existing trade deals in place. Yeah, I mean you can't just have no, but they can't agree on. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, and I could kind of understand why the EU like doesn't care, right? Like it wasn't their idea, so it's not like you're going to get concessions or anything. You're not. Why would the EU like give concessions around um trade deals when it wasn't their idea to leave in the first place? Um, it just seems kind of dumb, but who am I to say? I'm just a little streamer guy over here. I'm just a little streamer guy. Hey! Thank you, Pizza, for the cheers. I appreciate that. I need to reciprocate some appreciation to Pizza, and I was gonna do it this morning, but then I remembered that I remembered that everything costs extra money on mobile. So I was going to wait to do it till the next time that I'm on my computer. Because otherwise it's just like an extra dollar or whatever, like without anything. I know that you're saying no reciprocation needed, but I actually I guess I'll leak this idea that I had. I really wanted, and it's still a couple weeks away, but I wanted to make like November the month of like Thanksgiving and appreciation. So I was trying to figure out like the best way to structure like something like a gift sub every day for the whole month of November to like different subscribers, but I wanted to like track it in a way that like everyone could kind of follow along so that it's more than just like a gifted sub, but also like all of the subs get like there's like a calendar that everyone could look at and refer back to, and so like that the everybody gets like some attention that they can kind of not hang out, but like refer back to, like say on like November 15th when you're looking at it, you would see 15 different streamers that have all been gifted subs. So I need to figure out a good way to put that somewhere. And I don't know what that looks like. Maybe it's like a Google shared calendar that you could put like screenshots of. I got to figure what that looks like. Or maybe maybe I make a graphic in Photoshop or something. I don't know. I have to figure out the execution piece to it, but I wanted to make like, because October's got like everyone's doing spooky games and everything, like doesn't make sense to do right now. But I thought like making Thanksgiving into something like that would just make it like into a streamer appreciation month of the streamers that I appreciate, that are like in my orbit of people that I watch and also come and watch me, right? Like, so it's just like an appreciation thing. So I'm going to try and I got to figure out the specifics of how that works, but that is the plan for the month of November. So we'll see. We got 2 weeks to figure it out. So we shall see how that goes. We shall see how that goes. Oh, come on, State Street. What did there? State Street's volatility spiked on the open and then has dropped. It's basically the same. All right, let's just try and get this off in Scratch. I don't even want to look at it anymore. It's upsetting me. And here's why I am upset, because if we put on our original one for 95 and now it would be 10 cents. Literally 10 cents. We would just be a straight profitable winner. And instead, I'm trying to figure out how to scratch this silly thing because of my silly adjustment. Couldn't leave well enough alone. Anyways, let's not dwell on that too much. So we'll get Stream Raiders up and see how our squid battle is looking. We've got a lot more units this time. Alpha has only put in one. I was hoping he would come in with a second unit. Anybody have any more units that they can put on in the next 2 minutes, or is it not worth waiting for? There's a unit. Rob got his in. And okay, Pizza's got one more minute. Sherry's got hers in. Theirs in, I should say. And that will probably be the last of it. Barrow's got 5. Drywall's got 4. He might get another one in. I am going to go to the little boys' room very quickly before this battle. All right, 46 seconds. Let's see here. 20 seconds. And then we will rock and roll with the squids. Drywall got 4 in. Marshall got 4 in. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Do we all walk to the left? Okay, we took out those urchins. No, see, some of these guys are walking up. Okay, now we're walking down. One squid down. 2, 3. All right, we got some jellyfish to take out. Oh, these archers are going to get destroyed. All right, we got some tanks going up there. One tank down here. He kind of sacrificed himself because here come the recruits. Here comes the cavalry. I think we're going to get this. 102. Jeez, who's hitting that hard? All right, we did it. We did it. Pizza, congratulations on the Rogue Scrolls, and Marshall got 15 coins. All right, we need to continue going down because we want to get to that blue chest. Okay, this will be our last battle of the stream. And we want to... is our barbarian available? Yes. We are going to put our barbarian here. Just going to ask for a couple tanks. And some ranged. And that's it. You guys can do the rest. Marshall with the purple hearts in the chat. Where are the GGs? That's the question. Okay. Let's close out our trading session today as we continue to look at State Street Bank driving us literally crazy. The NASDAQ. Take a look at the NASDAQ, the overall market indices, to kind of draw our conclusions here as to how we feel that the rest of the day is going to go. We opened pretty flat, had a big up move here, and now a big drop. So I don't know what to think here about how the rest of the day is going to finish up. It's looking down. We've got some red candles, and there is no news on CNBC or Bloomberg of anything positive in the world of stonks. There is nothing positive right now in the world of stonks. Oh, look at this. Marshall with the epic flying rogue. Big time. So I guess whatever debate or town halls last night aren't moving the market. The news isn't moving the market. Nobody's really happy with anything right now. So do we expect things to just continue downward? And will State Street cooperate with the downward move? We need it to come back down. It's just kind of hanging around here. Hanging around. Do you do any dividend investments? Yes, I do, actually. Let's look at... So I do, and I will explain why I do this in 1 second once I get these silly little units placed on the map. Okay. So I do dividend investments in my retirement account, and this is why. In the United States, I don't know if this is the case in the UK or anywhere else, but in the United States, income that you receive in your retirement account is tax-free, and dividends are considered income. So let's say I own a stock in my regular account and I own the same stock in my retirement account, and it pays dividends. When those dividends get paid into the two accounts, I have to pay taxes on the dividend that I got in my regular account, but I don't have to pay taxes on the dividends that I got in my retirement account. And so, yeah, dividends are income over here, pay tax on them after a certain level. So I think that dividend stocks are a reasonable investment strategy. And so I do them specifically in my retirement account because that maximizes the benefits of the dividends. Because if it's a 50-cent dividend, you get to keep all 50 cents instead of 50 cents minus the taxes on it as income. So this pink club account on the top, you can't quite see it because it's behind my camera. But on Tastyworks, when I click on these different things up here, these are different accounts. Is that what is called a Roth IRA? Yes, exactly. So this stock here, I'm gonna have to move my gonna have to move this down because you guys, this is gonna be important to see. So this stock here, NLY, is famous for paying an extremely high dividend. If we look here, its dividend is 22 cents, but it's only a $7 stock. So that yield works out to be, it doesn't show up on here. Let's see if maybe I can call it up on, if I call it up on CNBC, or actually let's just do like finance.google. And let me put in NLY. Can I look at, yeah, here we go. Let me go into Chrome. Yep, that's fine. Show it. And reset the transform. So it's Annaly Capital is the name of the company. They are basically like a real estate management company. They own a bunch of property. They collect a bunch of rent. All that rent that they collect, they pay out in dividends. It's basically all they do. And if you look at like the past 5 years, they've never been like an expensive stock. Like here's the past 5 years. They've been around 10. They went up to 12. Right now they're down at 7. This is the Corona crash down here. One of the things about dividend stocks is that completely independent of their company or what they're doing or how much money that they're making, because people invest in dividend stocks as income, they are oftentimes compared against treasury bonds and other things that people invest in for income. So a treasury bond and a real estate investment company don't have anything to do with each other from like a business perspective, but they both pay out a bunch of income to people. And therefore, if treasury rates go up or down, a stock like Annaly Capital will go up or down independent of how their business is doing. So when the Federal Reserve said that they were going to lower rates like indefinitely, the stock went from 10 down to 6 and then kind of rebounded up here to 7. So they pay 22 cents, like I said, which is a 12% dividend yield. You see me down here with the little mousey. So this is one of those stocks that I love to just hold on to forever, and it doesn't matter to me if it's 7 or 4 or 6. I actually bought a bunch more recently because it was down so low, because they've been around for a really long time. They're not a flash in the pan. So this is the maximum amount of time it goes back. This is all the way back into the 90s. And I mean, like I said, it goes up to 20, back to 10, back. It doesn't matter because I'm never going to sell it. It's literally just going to just pay dividends 4 times a year. I mean, I'll sell it when I'm in my 60s or 70s or something, or maybe whatever. But like the price to me doesn't matter as long as they're just, as long as they keep paying their dividends, which they have done for the past 30 years. So I don't have any reason to think that they're not going to. See, what I want to do is move cash out of my regular savings and into an index fund or dividend investing. I think that there are dividend ETF. Yeah, so here's one that you could, if you wanted to do that, this is the S&P 500 High Dividend ETF. The symbol is SPYD. The normal S&P 500 is SPY, but SPYD has higher dividends, and it pays a almost 4.25% dividend, which is very low compared to the 12%. But that stock is like really an exception. The big difference is that stock's never going to go up. It's just going to keep paying the 12%. Whereas like the S&P-D has potential to go up. Obviously it's gone down because of the crash, but you know, it went from 25 up to 40, which is like something that the Annaly Capital stock would never do. And this could obviously recover back up to here as well. So it pays a 4% dividend and could potentially go from 28 to 40. So like it's a different animal. But if you know that's that dividend yield per year, yes, it's annualized, but it's paid quarterly. So most of these sites, when they say the dividend yield, they'll look at the last 4 dividends that the company has paid, or the last year. I shouldn't say 4. Some companies do pay their dividend once a year. I think Disney actually does that. It's just a choice. I don't know if this shows dividends on here or not, or if that's a setting. They used to show dividends. I think Disney pays their dividend annually, but these sites that track this stuff will look at the last 12 months worth of dividends, add them all up, and then figure out the yield for the year. Yeah. So, if you wanted to do, I mean, that's the kind of ETF that would be a good match for your strategy there. Like just set up an automated, you know, every 2 weeks or every month, however often you do it, just moving the money into, you know, because obviously in your regular account, you'd be lucky if you were even making 1%. You're probably making a fraction of that. But whatchamacallit, 4% with the opportunity of growth is much better. In fact, Drywall has been telling me that I should be getting more into covered calls. There's no options available on SPYD. Gosh darn it. Well, either way, let's buy 100 shares of SPYD. Just to say that we did it. Oh, and I bought it in the wrong account. God damn it. Why do I do that all the time? We'll do it again. And we will get rid of it in this account. Where are you? SPYD. Close position. We're going to close it, but we want it to go up a few pennies first to cover the price of that commission. So hopefully that'll work. Yeah, hardly anything. And I've obviously lost years. Well, I mean, you can definitely, look back and say, like, I wish I had done certain things, but I wouldn't give yourself that hard of a time for that. The other side of the coin is that, you had bills to pay, right? Like a lot of people focus on the missing investments that they did, but not a lot of people focus on like the interest that they pay on credit cards. You know, you could be spending $20, $50, $75, $100 a month on credit card interest. It's very difficult to make that back in investment, right? Like if you had been putting money into SPYD, it's probably not going to be earning, at least at the beginning, it's not going to be making $50, $100 a month. So paying off a credit card balance that charges you $50 a month instead of an investment that doesn't make as much as $50 a month. Well, that's good. I have no debt with credit cards, just phone rent and other costs. So that's good. Most people do. I mean, that's just like the reality of our society that we live in. Most people have tons of credit card debt, and they will focus on building up a savings account or savings in general, and ignore the fact that their credit cards are charging them more than their savings is making. It's just kind of one of those things that they do, and it's not exactly the you know, making $1 in interest of savings to spend $50 in interest on a credit card just doesn't make a lot of sense. So, all right, this is the last time I'm going to look at this before turn the stream off. 66.22. Oh, God. Well, I'm just going to let it roll. I don't even care at this point. This is also bad investing. Just letting it ride. Where are we here? What is up today? What is down today? Currencies are up. DraftKings is down. Qualcomm, we already looked at. Fastly, we already looked at. All right. Well, I think we've got to finish up this battle, but I'm going to have to go get the kids ready for school and for breakfast. I think this is actually probably going to be a fairly easy map. I'm probably going to start it in like the next 3 minutes. I've been saving £100 a week for years, which I'm fortunate to be in a place to do. Yeah, so if you do have that kind of savings, ideally that savings would be in something earning a better return than a savings account. Oh, Santana's here. Nice. Didn't notice that she got in here before. Alpha's got his Archer. Art's here. Placing units, placing units. Collecting some monk scrolls. Throwing down the healer. All right. We are probably going to be signing off, and I will start working on that video of when trades go wrong very soon. I do have to put in a work day today, but my weekend plan will be when trades go wrong on that Schlumberger trade. Hopefully publish that either over the weekend or on Monday. And I want to thank Rob again for inspiring that idea of videos of how to handle things when they go wrong, because today has been a day of both earnings trades that I did have gone wrong. One, because I put the first one on incorrectly to begin with, and two, because I mismanaged the second one the day of the earnings. So we are not thrilled with the way that has gone. And other than that, we are going to we're going to give Travik a raid, see what he's up to today. Playing some Path of Exile. And I will see you guys Monday, most likely. I don't have any weekend streaming plans as of yet. I think I will just be video editing.